I'm not here to take the side of CSOs, nor am I here to take the side of the government of Uganda.
Today at Kyambogo University, Transformative Leaders Network, together with the Uganda Revenue Authority, organized a forum addressing challenges faced by the civil society organizations. Isaac Gyagenda, a taxi officer from URA, appreciated the organizers of the forum. He says it is through these engagements that URA gets feedback and implements the available queries. He urged them to continue involving URA in such ventures.
Our role is to engage and sensitize the public about their rights and obligations as taxpayers, and also provide the right information they need to be in good books with the taxman. The work you do on the ground helps us to actually be involved in the lives of our taxpayers and also have what they call an engaged citizenry. Okay? Because you're involved in so many of these activities and works, so we get this feedback from you through meetings like this. And when you get an opportunity to go down to the masses, we request that you continue extending this invite to us.
In his remarks, Gyagenda noted that URA has a vision of taking Uganda to an independent economic state. He says to achieve this, Ugandans have to comply by paying taxes.
So what we are looking at as URA is to make sure that we can take Uganda to a level where we are economically independent. Let's reach the promised land. How do we reach there? Is through administration of revenue, policies, making sure we have strategies of involving as many stakeholders as possible in revenue mobilization, making sure that we have as many taxpayers brought on board as possible. The more we collect revenue and the more we surpass the revenue targets and register as many taxpayers as possible and depend less on external debt, then we are going to have a very good economic position.
Ekakoro Frederick, the Executive Director for Transformative Leaders Network, noted that the forum was aimed at analyzing problems faced by the civil society organizations while fulfilling their tax obligation, as well as bring concerned entities such as URA.
The whole event is aiming at invigorating or analyzing the challenges civil society organizations face while trying to fulfill their tax and financial obligations, but also for the regulatory agencies like URA and URSB to engage with the civil society organizations to understand what challenges or what factors prevent them from fulfilling their tax obligations.
According to Frederick, civil society organizations perform a lot of tasks, but unfortunately some are being suspended by the NGOs, the Bureau, due to failure of meeting some tax obligations. He says this platform helps mitigate such issues between these organizations and the URA.
Most times we do not understand the basis for their suspension, and that is why we felt that it is necessary to have a platform where we can engage as civil society, as the general public, and then the government, so that we analyze these factors and see whether it is also necessary on the side of the government to make certain policy amendments, or it's also necessary for the civil society to change certain things within their operations that can enable them to be compliant with the available laws in place. And that is why we are here today.
What is the nature of the government of Uganda?
The NGO Bureau and Forum should conduct capacity building with the different CSOs so that they train the staff, they train the implementers on the compliance, especially because that's a big issue that affects many CSOs. So train these people regularly and encourage compliance.
The members of these specific organizations are not actually supposed to take any property, even when they might have invested this specific property in this organization.